Experts in Baltimore, out in the Bayou Toyota Audio Vault 24 hours a day for anything that you may miss during this holiday period. And give me a little chance this week with baseball and I guess the Capitals and the Wizards in the rearview mirror now to sort of stretch out and catch up on some business around here. This guy was named the head coach of the Coppin State Eagles, and I'm sure he knows I had a great affinity for Fang Mitchell, who joined us here many, many times over the years, as did this guy and his former coach, Gary Williams. He is now Coach Juan Dixon of the Coppin State Eagles, taking over there a couple of weeks ago. Juan, it took me a couple of weeks to track you down, but man, it's great to have you on. Congratulations, and I know you're drinking out of the fire hose right now. A lot going on over at Coppin, right?
Yes, it is, man. I apologize for the hold up. I'm just trying to get organized and acclimated with my new job and get just get things situated. It's a lot going on, and I'll go to turn around the program this year.
All right, so tell me this, man. You were a kid that played the game. You went down to Maryland. You played at the highest level. You won a championship. Thank God for that. We still appreciate all that these many years later. But, when you take over as a coach, and I know you were groomed with Mark, and you went and coached ladies basketball last year, what were some of the things that you had no idea about when you were a player that coaches have to do?
And just the day-to-day activity when it comes to running a program. It's not just about coaching the game of basketball. I mean, you have to really, stay on top of the guys academically. You have to promote the program. You have to fundraise, a lot of administrative work. So it's a lot that goes on in being a Division I head coach. It takes a lot of support from your staff and from the entire Coppin State community in this matter. So I'm looking forward to the challenge. It's something that I know that we're going to turn around with the support of everyone in the Coppin State family and the Baltimore community.
Well, tell me about the Baltimore community and your involvement in taking this job. Obviously available, and I would say, look, Fang made that job look far more attractive than it ever was in the 80s and the 90s. And, I remember he brought his whole team out to me at the Sheridan, and I know you were of a tender age running around Calvert Hall and whatnot when they had the Miracle Run. I mean, you remember that really well.
Yeah, I really do. I've had many conversations with Coach Fang Mitchell, and he's a big part of me making this transition and being the head coach of Division I than anyone. I mean, it's someone I lean on. We talk about the daily activity of being a head coach. We talk about scheduling. So I'm really familiar with what he was able to do over his 28 years at Coppin and making that miracle run. The goal is to get Coppin State back to that level. So it's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take recruiting our local kids and keeping these guys home and helping them develop at a high level.
Did you ever spend any time in the old gym over there?
No, I did. I played a lot of AAU games, high school games, so I definitely was familiar with the old arena on the campus.
When's the first time you met Fang? I bet you were 12 years old or something, right?
It was a long time ago. I haven't seen Coach in a while, but it's been quite some time. But we had many conversations since I've had the job, even before I had the job. And, he's going to help turn this thing around from afar, though. My goal is to get Coach back to campus and let him know how much we appreciate his efforts over the years and have him be a big part of our program moving forward.
Juan, and I know I told you this story when you came and swabbed with Bino and with Coach Loxley down at Buffalo Wild Wings a couple summers ago. I really do appreciate you taking your day and spending it with us a couple years ago on that on the baseball tour. And, I only coached one basketball team in my life, right? And Bino happened to be on it. I've coached 9 kids in my life. Bino was on my house league team in Rosedale in the late 1980s, probably 88 or 89. He was 10, 11 years old. And, I was 18 at the time, 17, 18, 19, whatever I was, coaching a bunch of kids that were 9 or 10 or 11. And it was the only time I ever coached, and I saw what it was even at that level. And I would think for a guy like you that has those kind of memories, and he could even laugh about Bino at that age, and I know you guys have known each other your whole lives as well, that when you go in and you see a 14, 15-year-old kid playing AAU ball in your building, down the street, anywhere in Baltimore, anywhere in the district, at DMV, be, and you're trying to recruit and keep your eyes open for these kids. I never saw myself in a kid, right? I mean, I didn't come from where you came from, but I'm thinking, neighborhood-wise, when you see a child that may be a Coppin State player or wherever you're going to coach, you have a different perspective on this because you were that kid. I think that's something that can't be taught, it can't be learned, it's authentic, and I think that's what gives you a chance over there at Coppin.
Yeah, man. Just the whole recruiting thing is tricky because you look for guys that fit what you want to do, what you want to do scheme-wise. But most importantly, I think today, character is everything. If you can find high-character young men that's willing to learn, they're coachable, I think you really have a chance of being successful at the D1 level. I know scheme-wise what we want to do on both ends of the floor, our skill development, what we about, living out our purpose and helping these young men develop for life. I think we're going to be fine on that end. It's just finding the young men that are coachable and that are high-character young men. And definitely, I don't think we'll have an issue turning that thing around. I mean, I just think scheme-wise, I think we're going to have a brand of basketball that these young men will be proud and happy to play. I think the city of Baltimore and the surrounding communities will be proud of the brand of basketball that we are out there playing night in and night out.
Well, when it comes to recruiting over to Coppin and getting a kid to come play there, I mean, they're the obvious challenges of the neighborhood. That goes without saying, and that's part of living here and being here. But I went over to the gym over there maybe about 6 months ago, 8 months ago, and it was in the summertime. It was last summer, maybe 9 months ago now. And I walked through that basketball facility over there, and I looked around and I said, who wouldn't want to play basketball here? And I know we talked about the old gym there, and again, I mean, all of Baltimore has challenges. As you know, your family been involved in running the city at various points. But when it comes to come to Coppin, get an education, and play basketball for me, I think you got a real head up in a lot of ways over there. I would not bet against you, Juan Dixon. I never have.
I appreciate it, man. And like I said, I know that we're going to make a difference in young men's lives, and we're going to help turn around that basketball program. I really think, we've done an amazing job with our campus. We have one of the top facilities in all of the MEAC. It's brand new. It's not as much history as the old arena, but our goal as a staff is to bring a lot of history to that arena, and I know that it's going to be a lot of fun. We need to sell out that place. We need to get the city excited about Coppin State basketball again. And I know that what we're going to do moving forward is going to bring a lot of juice, a lot of energy back to campus, no matter what our surrounding community looks like. I'm proud of our community. Yes, we work extremely hard as citizens to make our communities better. This is part of my purpose. I say if I ever get the opportunity to come back home and be on a platform where I can make a difference, I will. And my job is to touch every young man, young woman in our community and help them see that there's a bright future ahead as long as you have the mindset and the focus, no matter what community you grow up in.
He is Juan Dixon. He is the new head coach at Coppin State of the Mighty Eagles. And so give me the summer for you as the new head coach at Coppin. Where are you on the recruiting trail? Tell me about some of the kids. Tell me what you got, what you're going to have, and how this breaks down, because it's different than recruiting to Maryland. You know that, Juan.
Oh, that's a big difference. But, I've been pretty much just trying to get organized, getting acclimated with everyone in the athletic department on campus, getting familiar with our returning players, coming up with a plan to change this thing around this upcoming season. Yes, we've been recruiting a lot in the Northeast. We didn't have a lot of kids available locally, local kids available, but we've been reaching out to a ton. Our goal is to have 4 scholarships in the basket next year where we can give to all local kids. We really think we have a very competitive team going into next season so far. And it's just a matter of us getting another big and just preparing for the future ahead. We got to focus on getting the guys in summer school. We want to do a lot of fundraising Okay, then we're going to get back on the road in July, and hopefully, this thing can start shifting in a direction we want to this year.
Juan, always appreciate the time with you, my brother. Keep us informed over here. Keep us in the loop, and we'll be happy to come over and see you guys break out of this thing. And I have no doubt that the program's onward and upward, man. Keep the faith over there, all right?
All right, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Drop in when you need us. He is Juan Dixon. You can find him over at Coppin State with a blue and gold ball cap on these days. I was going to take him down the Terps memory lane and all that, but I'll do that next time we get together. We'll talk a little more basketball, talk about the NBA Finals and all that good stuff happening as well. You can find me out in the Bayou Toyota Audio Vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world on your mobile device by downloading the TuneIn radio app. And of course, we do come in crystal clear from anywhere in the world. The morning newspaper ships to your email inbox at 7 a.m. each and every morning. That is powered up by Planet Fitness and PlanetFitness.com. Nasty at WNST.net finds me. We're out on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, and streaming live on our Facebook, as well as our YouTube WNSTV channel. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports.